Hey, fellow golfers. I thought a change of pace would be good before you get out there from lockdown and start hitting balls on the golf course. Hopefully you've been practicing using the various drills, tips and feels that I've been sharing and posting recently and before as a way to fine-tune your golf game, tweak your swing, get key moves into your muscle memory. I have at least another 30 to 40 top drills and tips and feels to come. So do subscribe, get to know as soon as they're out, start practicing them, pick the best out of them that you like to use, share your views, share examples of what has worked for you, not only from my drills, but maybe from other drills and tips you've seen elsewhere or have developed yourself and has worked for your game. Because at the end of the day, it's got to be that you customize it to you, to your body, to your swing, to your movements, to your level of flexibility, to your age group if that's a factor. And I will be doing a focused set of tips, top 10 tips for seniors and senior golfers like myself. I will also be doing some faults and fixes. So we'll be getting soon to how to fix certain problems, how to address certain faults that we all have. Even if you are doing some things well, it's always good to reinforce and ensure that you're on the right lines for certain movements. Two other areas that I will do very soon. One is some top 10 keys. So little hints. So top 10 hints and top 10 keys. Things that you can pick up quickly, things to remember, things to just quickly remind yourself of so that as you get out there, you don't have to think too much about your swing. You just, yes, set up. I remember I saw that little clip and it really helped me to do the setup that way. So start with your first tee that way, and if it results in a good direction and swing, it'll give you the confidence for the rest of the game. You'll believe and trust your swing, which is what you've got to do at the end of the day on the golf course itself. But before we get to some of those, and I'll be putting this out soon, I thought it'd be really good to get to some quick top 10 stretches as you get out again for the first time. And I've selected from all the various exercises that I've put out there, the top 10 stretches that I think and I have found the most useful to be ready for the golf game. Whether it's the day before or the morning of, or just as general practice, so that you are working all those key points of your body, those key muscles, those key areas that you will be using in your golf swing. So I have selected carefully according to certain groupings, so the core, the triceps and biceps, the glutes. So that's what we're coming to now. I recommend you start with these before your next golf game. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if it's helped you and which ones you found most useful. These 10 I recommend are ones that I have certainly found most useful. So let's start with something simple, which is 2 exercises that are focused on the glutes. Feet together, arms by your side, and you're going to go down slowly, hold, and then up again. Go down slowly, hold, and then up again. Slowly. Go down slowly, hold, and then up again. Do this 18 times for 18 holes. And that applies to each of the exercises that follow. The second one is also fairly straightforward. Lie on the ground, arms by your side, knees up, and then take one foot and cross it over the other. And then with your two hands, so take the outside thigh and pull it in, hold, and release slowly. Pull it in, hold, and release slowly. Do that 18 times, and then switch to the other side. Pull it in, hold, feel it in your glutes, and release. Pull it in, hold, feel it in your glutes. You'll particularly feel it in on this glute for this movement, and on the other side, the other glute. These next 3 exercises is really focused on your core, but also think about it from the point of view of the swing in your golf game. So to start with, 2 knees together, 2 arms down, and you're going to take one of your arms and put it on your head, and you're going to imagine the swing. Turn, down, and up. Turn, down, and back up. So this is your shoulder turn and your core moving. Your shoulder turn and your core moving. And then switch sides. A very good one to work your core is to lie down, knees up, hands apart, and you're going to turn your knees to one side, touch the ground, slowly to the other side. Both sides equaling 1 rotation. Do 18 rotations. So, don't forget to breathe deeply in and out. Feel it in that core. Keep your back straight as much as possible. And let your core do the work. Let your core do the work. This will really help your turn in your golf swing. Bring the knee up and across as much as possible to your arm, and then with this elbow, that elbow, you go back down to that same knee and then do it in the other knee, both sides being one exercise. So if you do it from the side, it'd be like this. Clap your hands with the knee. And when you go down, feel it in your core here. So, and of course, you're going to do both sides. Good for your core muscles, helps you with that turn in the golf swing. If you've seen some of the tips I've given you recently and some of the indoor drills, you'll have seen the big sway that I showed you. Well, this is the same thing, another version of it, but if you wish, you could also do that sway one. Now I take this, a little flexi band, I'm putting it not on my neck, but on my shoulders, and then as I'm left-handed, I'm doing my left-handed swing. I get into my key swing position, I rotate as I would for the backswing, and then shift my weight onto my front foot as I do that last turn back, and back through, back through, back through. So this is really focusing on a little bit of flexibility, as the next exercise will do too. So just enhancing your flexibility. and you turn as far as you can without raising your head or swaying too much. So as you would in your golf swing, stay mimicking that full movement as much as you can. You could do it with a golf club too, and as I mentioned, you could do it also without any band or golf club, just imagining your golf movement and golf swing, just enhancing that flexibility, which is your focus of this exercise at the present time. What I'm doing, I'm going down on one knee, and then I've got my one arm holding the ground here, and then I'm going to stretch my arm and lift my back leg and press it out. So keep that as straight as possible, and then slowly back in and do the other one. Or you do 18 of each, and then do the other side similarly. You're just focusing on enhancing your flexibility for that golf game, for what you're about to go out and do again on the golf course. 2 exercises to really focus on your shoulders and triceps in particular, but also to some extent your biceps as you take your arm back. Very simple one. Think of swimming. So you get flat on the ground, arms out like a butterfly stroke, and then back, touch your hands, back, front, touch your hands, back, touch your hands, front, touch your hands. Do it nice and slowly, 18 times. It'll give those shoulders, the shoulder rotators, the biceps and triceps, a nice little warm-up as you begin your golf game. So, the next one, straightforward, stand up upright, take both arms like this, and you're going to stretch them back, hold for 10 seconds, continue breathing, feel it in your triceps, feel it in your back shoulders, and then forward as far as you can and hold. You'll have seen 2 or 3 of the swing speed drills and tips that I've given you, one using alignment sticks, in fact 2 using alignment sticks, one for the driver, one for the iron movement, and also the driver exercise itself. This happens to be a super speed C, which I'll review at some point. You could also use a club or 2 clubs ideally. So what you're going to do is get into your golf position, and you're going to, since your first shot is going to be on the tee, probably a driver, you practice that drill that I showed you, to enhance your swing speed. Hold it at the correct point. Make sure you're going back straighter as you would in a proper movement, and then you're shallowing your golf swing, keeping this elbow in, keeping that elbow tight to the body too, so that you have a good shallow swing, but hold it at the point of parallel. For the iron, if you wanted to do it too, you just come through into the impact position. In this case, you'd be slightly leaning forward, whereas in the driver's case, you are you're starting a little bit more bent towards the left side in my case, so that you can come up and through at the point of impact. In the iron case, you're coming down and through. But the point of this is to enhance your swing speed. Get ready for that movement. Don't forget, in both cases, as you come down to impact, in fact, just before your downswing starts, you've shifted pressure already onto your front foot so that you get the correct movement. It's just the angle that is slightly different for a driver as opposed to an iron. Enhance your swing speed.